Okay, so CIPV people have been dealing with certain situations, and as well as we people sometimes have to just interact. It should not be just only that I have to speak. So next time I'm going to give you people some situations. So accordingly, you people have to choose uh, friends, and you people have to prepare a talk. It should not be like that. You people are just talking only and uh, not doing anything for communication. So here, you people will be given situations, and you people have to prepare yourself, and you people will talk here. So maybe that whatever the ideas you people will prepare, you will prepare a dialogue, and both of you are going to speak. Likewise, we people will conduct activity, and that I will take from the maybe roll number wise also I may ask, because that will be fine for me to keep a record. Okay, so you people just be ready. Next time you might be asked to speak. This lecture we will continue with what we people were doing earlier. That was, we were having some situations that we come across as a day-to-day English, and we people speak them, but sometimes we do not know what exactly words we people have to use there, and we just stop talking. So you people just try whatever. Since last 4 or 5 lectures, we people have been just trying to get some words or phrases. So based on that, you people just try to talk. Whether you're able to talk for 5 minutes, whether you're able to speak for 10 minutes, or whether you can speak for 15, 20 minutes, maybe on a topic or anything that you like. Maybe on a movie, maybe some serials, newspaper, book, or studies, politics, economics, anything topics that you people can choose, and just check yourself whether you're able to speak it for how much time. Maybe you have to expand this time. Maybe today you are just speaking for 5 minutes. Tomorrow you just extend it to 7 minutes. Day after tomorrow it should be 10 minutes. So this way you just try to stretch your timing for English communication, so that if you are just speaking every day, you'll get new words, ideas, phrases, and you'll just speak natural English. Right now, if you're just speaking, you might be just fumbling or getting stuck, or you're not able to make sentences, or just stammering is there. So you may avoid such things if you're just practicing them every day. So in that case, consistency is very important. If you're just practicing it for a few days and then you're leaving, then it will not be effective. But if you're practicing it every day, maybe within 1 2 minutes, you'll feel that your English is quite super impressive. And if you're taking efforts to improve your English, of course, your English is going to be improved. But see, if you are just attending the lecture for the sake of formality, if you don't attend, maybe there is a call, or maybe that you people uh, might be just have to explain why you did not attend the lecture. If you're attending for that sake, in that case, you'll not get much, you'll not achieve much. But see, if you really are want to achieve your career goals, then English is one of the must things that you should know. Okay, so I hope that you people understand it, and if you understand, you will take efforts for this also. So let's begin for today's presentation, what we people were doing so far. So last time we people were here that we talked about how people can just talk about the future plans. So many things that we might have prepared. So I will do this and I will do that. Based on that only, we'll just continue that you people can explain it that I'm going to complete my education, I'm going to get a job, or what you can say, I'm planning to build a house, or I'm planning to buy a car, etc. You people can say, or I hope to win a race, I hope to win a trophy or something like this, you people can just uh, say and just explain your future plans. So as far I told you, you might be asked in the interview also that what are your future plans. So in this case, you people we just try to express. If you are just right now, you are able to speak about future plans. Of course, if you are asked, then you will be just able to speak anytime. So therefore, you just see how you people can speak about your future plans. Or you people can also say that I would like to. So I'd like to complete my PhD. I would like to complete my MTech. I would like to complete. So whatever the courses you wanted to complete or anything that you want to do it in future. So for that, you people can say after this. Then next, you people can also say that I might or I may. That what I discussed. The difference between might and may. When you say I may complete my PhD, and when you say I might complete my PhD, so difference between may and might. So possibility is more with may. If you say I may complete at that time, you're going to complete it with more possibility. And if you're saying I might complete, so in that case there is less possibility that you'll complete your PhD. Okay, so that's the difference between might and may. Then next, you people can also use the phrase that was I'm thinking about. So that was also what we people have discussed last time, and henceforth we are going to start from today's lecture. If it is clear to you, you just give me a reply whether it is audible to everyone and screen is visible to everyone. Okay. Is it for everyone? If anybody is having difficulty, let me know. So we can proceed ahead. So here we can just have next slide, and it is about 10 ways to talk about likes and dislikes. So let's see how we people can say. Many of the times we people have such ideas that we wanted to talk about likes. Sometimes we want to talk about dislikes, or so many things that we prefer. Sometimes we don't prefer. So in that case, how we can convey it to others? What should we say if you like it, or what you should say if you don't like it? So here you will get such 10 phrases. So first of all, we'll talk about likes. So you people can say that I love, or if you like something. So here just an example given is soccer. Soccer is the name of game that we call football also. Okay. So I love football, you can say. So instead of football, you can change it and you can say, I love other activities that you like. I love reading, I love dancing, I love playing, or I love singing, whatever you like, that you people can use and say that I love painting, etc. Okay. So this way you can express your like, or you people can also say I'm really into soccer. So I'm really into soccer. It means that you like soccer or you like football. So in that case, you can say I'm really into soccer. Or you can change this soccer as an example with other activities that you like. So you can say I'm really into cricket, or I'm really into painting, I'm really into dancing, I'm really into drawing, or any other the skills and activities that you like, that you people can just put here instead of soccer, and you just express your likes. So this I love or I'm really into, they're used to show that how you people can talk about your likes. Another way is that you people can say is that I love for soccer. So I live for soccer. It means that you people are very much passionate about that activity. So in that case, you can say like this. So I live for cricket, I live for study, I live for painting, I live for singing, I live for acting. So what do you like based on that? And here just not like, it is very much that you like. So I live for means you're ready to spend your entire life for that activity. So in that case you can say I live for football. So this way also you people can just talk that this is your like. Then next phrase is that you can say soccer is my thing. So instead of this soccer, you change that what you like and put it here. So you can say programming is my thing, or just learning machines is my thing, or whatever. Your choices might be different. So here I cannot give all the times what you just like always. But you can say reading. So for just example, reading is my thing. So when you say reading is my thing, it means that reading you like most. So similarly, you people just think about the what are the things or the habits or the actions you like, and accordingly you just try to make sentences and use them for uh, talking with your friends or someone else when you are using English. So that time you can just try to use such phrases, or you people can also use this as I'm crazy about. So when you people are going to say I'm crazy about soccer, it means that you're just uh, spending your all attention to that particular activity. So here you can say I'm crazy about Facebook, I'm crazy about WhatsApp, or I'm crazy about playing PUBG game, which is recently banned. So people can have ideas like this that I'm crazy about this. So other also you can say I'm crazy about singing, I'm crazy about dancing. That can be also your like. So you just use this and say, try to tell what are your likes and dislikes, because you people have to note these points. Maybe if in next lecture I'm going to ask you, so that time you people are going to talk about your likes and dislikes. So that time you shouldn't say that you're not able to speak or make sentences. So there you people have to take a reference. You should not just copy them, but you just take use them as a reference, and from that you can change the sentences. You can use your own likes, you can change your own phrases and words also. So first 5 points they were talking about likes. So whatever you like, the people can express by using these first 5 points. Now here, if we are going to talk about dislikes, so something that I don't like. So in that case, how you people can say this, or how you people can convey it? You can just start like this. I'm not a huge fan of modern art. Here just an example mentioned modern art. But if you're saying I'm not a huge fan, it means that you don't like much. So in that case, you people can say I'm not a huge fan of. Instead of modern art, you just say I'm not a huge fan of reading. I'm not a huge fan of playing cricket. I'm not a huge fan of dancing. Likewise also. So you just think that now what are your dislikes, and based on these dislikes you people just try to make sentences. Try to tell your friends, see that my likes are this, dislikes are this, or this way you just modify this. It is not that only what you see here that should be used. You people can use other words, you people can use other sentences, you people can just search on Google. So you people are free to use the words and expressions of your choice. But you people should have an idea how it can be expressed and what are their multiple ways that you can choose. Then next you people can say is that modern art is not my cup of tea. So what do you mean by this, my cup of tea, or something is not my cup of tea? So your cup of tea is not expected that actual cup of tea that you are going to take or drink. So here cup of tea, it means that something which is very simple and easy to do, to perform. So in that case, you people can say, if you find that something is quite simple and easy, you can say that singing is my cup of tea. And on the other hand, if you don't like dancing, you can say dancing isn't my cup of tea, or dancing is not my cup of tea. That you people can say. So based on your likes and dislikes, you people can modify sentences in a positive way or in a negative way also. Okay. Then next, you people can say, I don't really care for. Hmm? So you people can just say, I really don't care for. So when you say I really don't care for, so that time you people can just think that how you people can just say that if you are not liking anything, and in that sense, how you are going to say that I don't really care for. Hmm? So maybe any other thing here you can just I don't really care for gym. So if you are not uh, a fan of going to gym and doing exercise there, so you can say I don't really care for gym. So it means that you're not going to gym or you don't like to go to gym. So in that case, you people can say this. Okay. Then let's go to next slide. Sorry, next point. You can say that I'm not into modern art. So when you say I'm not into modern art, since I'm not into it means that you don't like it. So you can say I'm not into football. You can say I'm not into cricket. I'm not into badminton. I'm not into chess. I'm not into carom. If you don't like these sports, you people can mention like this. Or you people can also really see that point number 2 is the positive way, and here this negative sentence of this sentence 2 is 9, that I'm not into modern art. Or at last, you people can just think that I can't stand modern art. When you say I can't stand modern art, this is a strong dislike that you people can express. म्हणजे अजिबातच आवडत नाही एखादी गोष्ट. To convey this, you people can say that I can't stand uh, the any other activity that you can say. I can't stand painting, or I can't stand uh, trekking, for example. You can say. So here's just an example I'm saying. So people can just think that what you strongly that dislike, and for that you people can use it. Okay, so these were the some phrases that you people can just think of and use for expressing your likes and dislikes. Okay, is it clear? Is it audible? ऐकायला वगैरे येते काय? अडचण वगैरे आहे का? Okay, so I hope that you people are getting it and you are just going to use such expressions. So we shall move to the next slide, where you people will just read that how to make a suggestion, and here you'll get these 5 ways that you people can use for making suggestions. So maybe that sometimes your friend or someone is doing something else, but you should that this should be done in that way. Instead of doing in this way, you should feel that it should be done in that way. In that case, you're going to suggest something to your friend. So how you people can just make suggestions that you can just see from this phrases. So let's see how we can see. So you people can say, how about, and after that in bracket example is mentioned that trying something new. You can say, uh, how about playing cricket? How about going to shopping? How about painting a wall? How about this and that? Hmm? So here you're just trying to do something different. So in that case, you're just asking the opinion of your friend by saying like this, or you're just making a suggestion. So you can say like this, how about trying this or trying that? How about trying new shirt? How about trying new clothes, etc. Then next, people can just also use that. Why don't you? So here just an example mention. Why don't you talk to your boss? Hmm? So rather than instead of this example, you people can change and use another sentences like this. why don't you go to the teacher? Why don't you ask your teacher? Why don't you take the permission of your parents? Why don't you directly call him? So that's this can be a way to suggest your friend to this way. He may be not in position to understand what to do now, and so you are suggesting him that why don't you talk to your boss? He is in fix that he's not able to take the decision whether he should take a leave or should not take a leave. So in that case, his friend suggests him that why don't you talk to your boss? So this way, you people can make suggestions. Next, you people can say, maybe we should do more research. So instead of this example now, you people can change it with other sentences like this. Maybe we should wait for some more time. Maybe we should go to the library. Maybe we should go to the temple. Or maybe we should call him and ask explanation. So maybe we should, it indicates that what can be done, what should be done. And so it becomes a suggestion so that you people can use it. Then next expression that people can just say that I would recommend. So meaning of recommend is a suggestion. Okay, so I would recommend, it means that I'll suggest. So I would recommend going to the doctor. So I would recommend to take the advice of lawyer. I would recommend to take the proper precaution. I would recommend anything. That here recommend it means that you're going to suggest, and based on the situations you can suggest anything. So I would recommend to take the tablets. I would recommend to take the rest. So such a way you people we try to use to suggest someone. Then next is that, have you thought about? So that is again one more question that you people can use as a suggestion. So have you thought about buying a new computer? So you just think of further. Now leave this buying a new computer. So you can ask, have you thought about uh, trying a new shirt? Have you thought about building a new house? Have you thought about this? Have you thought about that? Have you thought about attending the college? Have you thought about the completing education? Or having thought about starting your own business? So ideas will be number of, but it depends upon how they come to your mind and how you put them in proper structure. That is very important. Okay. Then let's go to the next slide where we people will come across that some uh, phrases that you people can use for asking about jobs or for talking about jobs. So sometimes we ask people about their jobs or where do they work and what do they do or such questions, how we can inquire about. So from these phrases, you will get more ideas to inquire about people, and you'll talk about their jobs and their workings, etc. So first of all, you can ask someone, where do you work? So normally, if we meet new people and we don't know much about that person, that time we may inquire about that. So after getting familiar with each other, then we may ask that, where do you work? So that way, you people may try to know about the person and his workplace. The next point is, it is about what do you do and what do you do for a living. So both things here, the people try to remember what do you do. It means that actually what type of work you do, or what do you do for a living means for the purpose of just living a life. What kind of work you do, what kind of job you do. So for that, you may ask like that: what do you do, and what do you do for a living? They're similar, but here instead of this what, there might be another word which is used, and it can be how do you do. If somebody is asking you how do you do, then that time meaning will be different. If somebody is asking you, how do you do? It means that he's asking you, how are you? And if somebody is asking, what do you do? It means that somebody is asking, what are you doing for a job? So this way, you just try to find a difference between how do you do and what do you do. Next, if somebody asks you this question, so reply to this question can be this point. Where do you work? So you can say, I work at Microsoft, I work at Infosys, I work at Wipro, or you can say other names of the company, or you can say the name of organization here and use that. So I work at this place. In this case, we just try to say. Okay. Then next, as a profession, what kind of occupation you people do, or what type of job you do, you people can say. So here it is said that I am an accountant. So maybe here different kinds of occupations are. So people can say I'm a farmer, I'm a teacher, I'm a doctor, I'm principal, or I'm a conductor. So many occupations are there. So based on that, you people just choose that what you are going to tell about your occupation, and accordingly you just say I am a teacher or I'm an accountant. Number of things like I'm a consultant, I'm a bookkeeper, I'm a bank manager, or anything that can be people work as a living, and so you people can use it. Okay, so that you people can use for talking about your job. Okay, so next point is about that. Now, if somebody is working, in that case, it is okay to tell that I work here and I work there. But if you are not employed at all, or if you do not have any job, so in that case, how you are going to just speak about that? So simply, you people can say that I'm unemployed. So when you say unemployed, it means that right now you people don't have any job, or also you people can say I'm between jobs at the moment. So between the jobs. So when you say between the jobs, it means that you might have left earlier job and you are in the search of new job. So you are between the jobs. Between the जॉबचा अर्थ काय घ्यायचा की अगोदरचा जॉब सोडलेला आहे आणि नवीन जॉब शोधतोय. So त्या ठिकाणी between the job it can be used. So if you are just fresher, you can say I'm fresher and I'm in search of a job. Or if you are searching a job, then in that case you people can say is this that I am looking for work. So you are saying that I'm looking for a work because right now you are unemployed and you are looking for a work. Then next, you people can also say if somebody is asking you about your job, that time you people can say that I'm a stay-at-home mom or I'm a stay-at-home dad. So what does it mean? Since you might have listened about the housewife. So if mother is just at home and she handles the core activities at home, in that case we call it the housewife. Okay, so uh, in that case, you people can say that I'm a stay-at-home mom. So it means that you're just taking care of your children and you don't work anywhere. Or if you're saying I'm stay-at-home dad, it means that as a male, you are just taking care of your children. You don't go for work. So in that case, you people can say like this. Okay. Then next, you people can say I run my own business. So if you are not doing job anywhere, simply you people are just handling your own business. You people can say I run my own business. Next that you people can express is that I'm a freelance. So what do you mean by freelance here? You people, if this word is new to you, you just check it up for meaning. Check it in dictionary. What does that freelance means? So freelance are the people who work uh, as per their wish. So there is no any kind of obligations that you people have to go to job at 9 o'clock in the morning and you people have to come back at 5 o'clock in the evening. It is not like that. So their work is not fixed, so they can work accordingly their comfort. If they want to work, they work. If they wanted to stop the work, they stop the work, and there is no any kind of the senior person who is monitoring you. So if you are just employee, so there will be someone manager or a team supervisor, etc., who will ask you that what work you have done, and you are responsible to tell them that what kind of responsibilities that you have done. But people like for freelance, they are just working like their own. So there is no any kind of time bound or any kind of obligations, or there is no any kind of person who are observing, monitoring. There is no boss at all. If you are a freelance, you don't have a boss. So you can work when you like, you can stop when you want. So these people are called freelance. So for example, here mentioned the writer, designer. So these are the people, they can just work when their mood is off to work. So for example, if you wanted to write a story, if somebody cannot order me that I have to write a story now, because it is a work of imagination, and I will just write when my imagination works. So with time, it will not be. So therefore, it is like this. I'm a freelance, if people can say. And at last, if you just have completed your entire service, and if you got retired, in that case, simply we can say, I am retired. Okay. So this is the way that the people can just talk about the jobs, inquire people about their working, or what are their present conditions where they're working. Additionally, you may ask more questions also. Again, see that I'm not just saying that you people have to use these phrases only. There could be many more that you people can just, but from these 10 phrases, you'll get more ideas. I wanted to say that these are not only 10 phrases that you can talk about jobs. There are many more. But from these 10 phrases, you'll get more additionally 10, 15, or you'll search on internet and you'll try to use them. Okay. So that was all for today. So we will just take attendance now, and we will the next time I'm going to have some interaction. So I wanted to ask some students to come prepared. So maybe two students will be, because this will be activity for 2 minutes only. Okay, so who are the two students? They will come. So they will talk like dialogue. They will talk individually also. They will prepare any kind of information based on any topic, any technology, likewise. Will take initiative and will come forward. Otherwise, I have to ask someone. Okay. Meanwhile, I will take attendance. This time I will ask roll numbers. So you people have to present. Roll number 9. Roll number 9. Are you present or absent?
Present.
Okay. 16.
Present, sir.
19. Roll number 19. Roll number 19 absent. 21.
Present, sir.
39.
Present, sir.
Roll number 1.
Present, sir.
Roll number 2. Roll number 2 absent.
Present,
Roll
sir.
number, okay, okay. Roll
Present,
number
sir.
2. Okay, present. Roll number 5.
Present, sir.
Roll number 6.
Present, sir.
Roll number 7.
Present, sir.
8. Roll number
Present.
8. 12.
Present.
13.
Present, sir.
14.
Present, sir.
15.
Present, sir.
17. 18. 24.
Present, sir.
25.
Present, sir.
26.